On February 2nd, 2017, Lieutenant Steven Floyd made the ultimate sacrifice, giving his life for his fellow correctional officers. Hi, my name is Andrew Jacob, and I'm the president of Thin Blue Line USA. And on behalf of Thin Blue Line USA, Anthony Ganji, host of Tier Talk, will present a check of $16,500 to the family of the fallen officer.
Steven Floyd was a great correctional officer. He was a true professional in law enforcement. In his dying moments, as he was in a hostage situation, he had the forethought to save his brothers and sisters' lives as they were coming into a trap and telling them to leave the building. And he always put other people ahead of himself as a priority.
What I admired about him most is that he was a man of his word. If he told you he was going to do something, he would do it. If you asked him to do something, he would do it, and he would do it to the fullest of his ability. So that's what I admired most about Steven R. Floyd Sr.
Steve was just such a epitome of a good law enforcement corrections officer. He was a mentor to so many correctional officers in the facility.
He taught me the correct way how to do the job and restored my faith in the job itself. He pushed me to be a better person, even when I didn't want to be pushed. And it made me a better person, it made me a better officer.
Steven was one of the sharpest dressers around, and therefore, as such, he was selected to be our wardrobe director. And he would come up with these several outfits for us to wear in one particular house for each occasion that we attended. And he would not hesitate to tell you that if you were misdressed, he would let you know, and he would also fine you.
In corrections, you need to be firm, fair, and consistent. That's one of the main things they talk about from day one. And you were exactly that. All of his kids went to college, and Steve worked overtime 3 or 4 times a week so that he could get his kids through college and they wouldn't have any debt. And he did such a great job of trying to balance the family life at home when you leave the facility, which we all know is extremely hard to do. The stresses that we try not to take home to our loved ones, and he did such a fantastic job of trying to balance both sides of the coin. To the family, I just want to say that I'm so sorry for your loss. And also, I wanted you to know that he loved you guys a lot. He talked about you all the time. Talked about his grandkids. He loved Christmas. Steve, on my honor, the brothers and sisters of the Correctional Officers Association in Delaware will look after your family as best we can and make sure that they're taken care of just as you would do for my family or any of our other brothers and sisters' family. And we promise that we will take the best care of them that we possibly can.
The Thin Blue Line is a line that represents order and chaos. Only a few are able to stand that line between order and chaos. Corrections is in the shadows of law enforcement, and Lieutenant Steven Floyd has defined what corrections is about. He is what we strive to be every day. And on behalf of me, the host of Tier Talk, Thin Blue Line, and the Blue Line Campaign, and the support of a nation who feels your loss with you, and your families, of course, we are presenting you with a check of $16,500. And again, it's to recognize the life of a hero and to remind you that he will never be forgotten.
Thank you for recognizing my husband's sacrifice, and thank you for the donation. We will use this to support the things that Steve loved: education, the children in the community.
What I would tell Steven Floyd, if he were here and I could see him once again, I would tell him that we miss him dearly.
I wish Steve was still with us today. I wish he hadn't had to give the ultimate sacrifice. He was one of the best brothers in blue that I'd ever had. I just want to say thank you for having everybody's back, because that was one of the main things that you always just talk about, that if you do your job the way you're supposed to do your job, that you'll have their back. And that was the ultimate sacrifice. Steve, you were the epitome of the correctional officer. You were firm, fair, and professional on a daily basis. You were consistent. You were always concerned with your staff members' well-being, above anything else, making sure everybody was safe and tried to get home. I wish you were still here with me today. I'll miss you always. We will all miss you forever and ever. God bless.
Lieutenant Floyd reflected great courage on himself and on his fellow correctional officers. As a nation, we will continue to mourn his loss and celebrate the life that he led.